Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome to another episode of ModSauce on the Primus server. I built a tower. I had no idea where I was going with it when I built it, but that's what it ended up looking like. It's really just so I can look out and see what's happening around than anything else. I have also moved the farm. It was kind of bugging me that it was off center. You know, it used to start right here and I think it ended right around here. So I was talking to Cat Dog and I said, hey, let's put one of those octadic capacitors in the farming station and see what the range is. Well, he already had one of the second tier ones in there. So I got to see what the range was, and it just so happens that the edge of it leaves one space for water, and it lines up perfectly with our little structure here. So I redid all of this, and I have an ender lily on each corner, and I'm about to make some deep storage units. It's a default recipe, not even the thermal expansion recipe, so we're not going to have to make strong boxes or tesseract frames or anything like that. They're really easy. I'm going to make quite a few. I have reconfigured the base a little bit, and a couple of the other guys have made some rules for themselves. I was thinking about a rule for me. When we move out of this base, no subterranean parts of the base. Everything has to be above ground with the exception of cables and fluid pipes and conduits and stuff like that. So any power generation we have, I'm going to have to make a power generation area. So I want to do everything above ground, not underground. That's my goal. I dabbled in blood magic just enough to turn a bunch of rotten flesh into leather. Literally all I did was I made a weak blood orb, and then I made the alchemic chemistry set, started making leather. That's it. I don't know how far I'm going to go with it, but I'm just going to leave it as is until I think of something that I need to do or want to do, and then I'll think about it. I want to kind of get into Botania at some point. I don't know how much of that I'll do in episodes, but if I do anything cool or anything that I think is cool, I'll definitely show it in a video so you guys can see. So what I have done, I moved all the machines over here, and I made an energetic infuser, and today I want to try some sorting with extra utilities, and I've already made some of the stuff. We're going to need more. I made some mod sorting pipes. Before we get to this, let me show you. I've got a little test area over here. I've been playing with Steve's Factory Manager a little bit. It's really cool. I wanted the ability to sort by mod type, and it won't do that, but the extra utilities will. So this thing, basically you just make your own rules, and what I've got it set to do is anything I put in this chest, if I've defined it, because everything is whitelisted, the cobble goes in this barrel, this stuff goes in this barrel. It'll actually move the water. I don't have a bucket on me, but if I put the water in this tank, it'll move it to this tank automatically. If I put some blueberries in the chest, they'll go in this culinary generator, which I was also messing around with because I've never used it. I just wanted to kind of play with it. But Steve's Factory Manager is pretty cool. You can do a lot of stuff with it. And I mean, basically, you make your own rules. So you can auto craft with it. I think I might use this for, I think something required octuple compressed dirt, or maybe quad compressed, whatever the highest level of compressed dirt is. You could very easily do it with this for no power. It's pretty cheap. I don't remember what the thing cost, but I mean, it was like a couple of pistons and some iron redstone. Probably that's about it. But it's a really cool mod. I did make an ender chest and ender pouch because I was sacking a dungeon and I just got a ridiculous amount of stuff. I haven't even sorted through it yet. I did die over there, and I went back, found my grave, threw everything in the ender pouch, except for the bauble that Cat Dog made me, which let me high step and jump too high and run faster. But I didn't feel like walking the 600 blocks back here, so I just threw everything in. So on to this, what I want to try to do, we've got these mod sorting pipes and regular sorting pipes. The way I understand these, the sorting pipe will put an item in a chest if it's already there. So I could use that for, well, the barrels obviously only have one input, but like this stuff, like the ferrous and electrum and invar and dark iron, things that don't have enough to put in a barrel, if I put the sorting pipe on there, if it's already in the chest, it'll send the items to the chest. So I've already made, I think, everything we're going to need. All we have to do is hook it up. I made the 4 stack of transfer nodes and a bunch of speed upgrades. So I do need to make a hammer real quick. I think you can interact with the crescent hammer. It's 3 iron and 1 tin. I always forget what it is. And I have some stuff in my miner's backpack here because everything that comes out of the machines, I use these two for ores, and then I switch this to alloy mode if necessary, and then I just use these, if I need to pulverize. For some reason, the nether quartz, it's not turning into quartz, you have to pulverize it. So I put that in the pulverizer, and then I just, whatever we need to use them for. So everything ends up in this strong box. It's kind of a go-between, and I figure we'll put the transfer node on there and then send everything over here. So hopefully this works out like I think it will. The way I think it'll work with the barrel, like on this one, I'm going to put a sorting pipe. The barrels were kind of afterthoughts. So what I'm thinking is, there's glass here, it'll put glass there. As long as there's not glass between here and the source, it should be okay. For the mod sorting, well, redstone's a vanilla thing, so it'll try to put all vanilla items into the barrel. Obviously, only redstone will go there, so hopefully it'll just put the redstone in, and then everything else, if it can go in here, it will, and everything else will just go on down the line. I'm going to need to take all the vanilla items out of here, like the shears, the redstone torch, the signs, and the sticky pistons, stuff like that, because if I leave them in there, what I think will happen is, say I send, I don't know, oak logs or something. If this is in the chest, then it'll try to send any other vanilla item into the chest, like these, or gold nuggets. So I'm going to have to put those in a box that just gets a regular sorting pipe, I think. So we'll hook this up. We'll see how it works. I want to make a QED too. I don't know if we'll get to it in this episode, but it's on my list of things to do. So hopefully there are no other vanilla items in here. We're going to send a bunch of stuff through it just to see what happens. Get rid of that anvil. And I'm going to make probably a bookshelf for those. So this is my just kind of random food or organic and vanilla items chest. So we'll just throw these in here. And then we'll hook up these transfer pipes behind there. And then run it on around. Hopefully it works okay. So we'll put our transfer node on last. Actually, I think I'll put it on, and I'll put one piece of pipe, and then I'll break it. Okay. And I've never used this for anything other than a cobblestone generator or moving water, kind of like in place of an aqueous accumulator. So I know you can hit this thing. I don't know what mode does what. I guess we'll have to play with that a little bit. That looks like it's further away. That looks like it's closer. We'll leave it on this mode just to make sure that everything that needs to go in a barrel goes in there before it tries to send it the rest of the way. And now I'm stuck. I think I probably, yeah, okay. I'm not going to worry about sorting cobble and stuff. Normally, once my barrel gets full, I just shift click the thing on the trash can because I don't really need to keep it. So I guess these three chests will just kind of be miscellaneous. So we're going to sort up to this fourth diamond chest right here. And then I could see a problem if I make a bunch of sulfur or something. It might end up in the chest. So how about this? I may need to make a couple more sorting pipes. This is my nether chest that has plenty of room. We'll see what kind of stuff ends up in here, and then we'll go from there. So I forget what makes a sorting pipe. Figures I can't make it out of the pipe I've already got. That's okay. Alright, so we got two more. That's actually the exact amount we need. So I'm going to run this behind the trash can. I think I can disconnect it. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. I want to make sure. I want to get rid of that white stripe there. I guess white is disconnected. Alright, that works for me as long as I'm not throwing away items that I don't want to throw away. Alright, so let's make sure we don't have ender pearls in the first three chests. If we don't, when we hook up the transfer node, they should show up right there. So let's try this thing out. And then we'll throw all the speed upgrades in it. Still searching for inventories. So it cannot find a place to put the ender pearls. What if we do that? Still looking. Normal mode. There they go. We'll see if they end up where they're supposed to end up. I had 8 stacks and 8 pearls. And I don't know. They went in here. And that's a mod sorting pipe. I apparently have extra utilities things in here, which is why the ender pearls went in there. Wait, no, that's not right. Did I put a vanilla? Did I leave a vanilla? Oh, nether quartz and the potatoes. Sulfur is going to be a problem, I think. Well, like I said, the barrels were an afterthought, but I figured I'd give it a shot. So let's try this again. At least it's working. And they ended up in here again. I don't know what I have in here that's vanilla. Iron bars. Well, at least we know that the mod sorting part works. Alright, I think that might be it. That looks like it. Alright, one more try. At least it works pretty fast. Boom, there they go. That's right where they needed to go. Sulfur is going to be a problem. I don't really see much more sulfur coming through. Let's see where our potatoes ended up. In here because of the carrots. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of work on this, but I think it'll do. I mean, it's better than me having to manually put everything in each chest. We'll see if this one goes there. I'm pretty sure the transfer pipes work like the item ducts and such, going by the closest available inventory. And let's see, that's just a sorting pipe. I think all the rest of them are just regular sorting pipes. This is a fiasco. I have no idea where that went. It might have made it to the barrel before I realized it. That would be pretty cool. Let's try this. We've got 9 plus 56. Oh, so it did go there. Okay, cool. So I think this will work as a rudimentary sort of a thing. So let's just throw all this transfer pipe in here and we'll see what happens. It ended up in here. There's got to be an extra utility something somewhere in here. Actually, this is where I want them, so that's no big deal. So I think that'll work okay once I get the hang of it. I just wanted to try it because I've never done it. So I think we have a couple of minutes left. Let's look at this thing. No. I want to try to make at least one ender core. I'm going to need 4 magical wood. I don't know if I can pull that off because I don't have enough enchanted books. I can definitely do this stuff. That's why I made the burnt quartz. So, I don't know. Oh, I did end up with iron over there. Bad iron. You do not go there. So some of it went in there. Not all of it went in there. That's unfortunate. Let's see one thing real quick. We've got these. Okay, so it looks like Ender.io has the same sort of thing. And it's actually not that expensive since I found comparators. This one will take any head, it looks like, so I don't know. I'll leave the transfer things for a couple of days. If I don't like it, I'll swap it out for Ender.io and I'll just bypass this and probably run it underneath the floor or something. Okay, anyway, so the QED, from what I understand, it's pretty expensive, but I don't think it takes any power once you've got it done. And you need it to make, well, this. Ender crystal pillars. Oh, those are, I guess those are the little things that go next to it, kind of like the lasers on Billcraft. I guess this is it. So I want to make one of these, and I want to make one of these. I don't know what you make with them, but I know I want to make them. I think they're necessary. I think you make the X64 generators and stuff. So let me do the crafting on this, and then I'll probably make, let me get to the page. I'll probably make one of these. I think that's all we really need. And then I think I can make, I don't know, 4 of these. We'll just check it out. I think you make, yeah, you make ender markers in it. And then we'll see what else we can make in it. So I'm going to make these and I'll be right back. Alright guys, that actually didn't take as long as I thought. I made 2 of these because we're going to need this to make our ender quarry. And I'll make that in between an episode or 2. But I will set it up during an episode because, you know, that's a pretty important thing. It's a milestone, if you will. So what do we need to do with this? We have the Quacky Ender device. Is that really what it's called? Alright, so let's put it... This is kind of testing, I guess. So let's put it 1 block over. Actually, let's do that. Recipes, retrieval node. Liquid retrieval node. You have to make that in this now? The energy transfer node is the other thing I looked up for it. I know you have to make the ender marker in it. Ender receiver. Ooh, you can triple your ores in this thing? Wonder how long that takes. I think I have some. Yeah, I do. Let's get a piece of coal. Let's check this out. I've got a few minutes left. All right, we'll do one of those, and one of those. And I think the more of these you have, the faster it is. I don't know what the radius from the block it has to be, but it's about as fast as, well, not quite as fast as the mechanism tripling process. But either way, 1 coal and 1 iron is 3 ingots. That's pretty cool. Let's scroll from this side. So I guess the rest of it is just ingot recipes. And then the ender markers, the magnum torch, and the ender things. So that's pretty cool. I've never used extra utilities for energy either. Or this. And I'm not even sure how a retrieval node works. Let me grab an emerald. I think I saw one in one of these chests. I did. Let me see. What's that? I can't question mark it in there. Let me grab those other 2 transfer nodes. We'll make a retrieval node for science. we're getting to the point where, you know, I have some resources and I can play around with some stuff. So I've just been, you know, if I want to see what something does, I craft it and there it goes. So we'll give this just a second. I did some testing with the laser drill in my test world, and I think in the crack pack the cyan gave us some more yellowite. So I ran 2 laser drills with creative energy cells, one with all 6 cyan focuses and one with all 6 yellow, and the cyan gave us 0 yellowite and the yellow gave us some yellowite. Not enough, but it gave us some. So let's put this, I don't know where to put it. I don't know if you have to put it on a chest or what. I think it's facing, maybe it's facing the wrong way. So if I put an ender pearl in here, oh, it's just grabbing stuff, I guess. And it's just running on a loop. That was not a good idea. So, I mean, I guess it just found the first thing. So I guess if you put an item filter upgrade in that thing, that would work okay, but not the way I had it set up. So I think that is going to do it for this episode, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them down below. I hope my levels are okay. I had a fiasco. The motherboard and processor I ordered, the motherboard was DOA, so I have to send it back. So I had already unhooked my existing motherboard and processor and everything, and I put it all back in, and when I plugged some of the things in, it said reinstalling device. So I hope it was okay. So, like I said, questions, comments, yada yada yada, leave them down below. Check out the other guys on the server if you have a minute. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.